Welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. What's that time of year again? We're talking about National Night Out. This year it's going to be Tuesday, August the 5th in the city of Suffolk. A great event that everyone is encouraged to take part in. On today's program, we're going to highlight what's coming up in 2014 for National Night Out here in the city of Suffolk, and also give you some tips on how you can get your community involved and make your party one of the best in the city. Stay tuned. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're joined now by Opal McLeod, who's with the Greater Chuckatuck Oakland Civic League, a National Night Out veteran. And we also have Major Steve Patterson, Suffolk Police Department. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Well, let's talk about what National Night Out is before we get our expert advice here from Ms. McLeod to talk about, again, her experiences with her Civic League, which has been an award winner and, again, one of our great final tour stops where we can bring everybody together to celebrate National Night Out. Major Patterson, National Night Out, how would you sum it up to explain it to someone who knows nothing about what National Night Out is?
Well, it's about taking stock in your community and making partnerships and friendships that last throughout the year to try to solve problems, not necessarily crime related, but community related, anything that comes along. So getting to know your neighbors and looking out for each other.
And of course, we're going to gather this year on Tuesday, August the 5th. And again, that'll be throughout the city of Suffolk. We'll kick it off at the pavilion over at the Suffolk Visitor Center, right there on the corner of Constance and Main. So again, you can come out there if you want to kind of get the night going from there. But again, we're looking for individual civic groups, communities, neighborhoods, or if you want to get together with other community groups and civic leagues in and around your own neighborhood and area to gather together to have parties and celebrate as far as, again, getting out there saying no to crime and working with our public safety partners to basically come together, get everybody, as Major Patterson said, to kind of get everybody on the same page, everybody to know each other, and again, celebrate the partnerships, I should say, we have within our communities as far as getting out there and again, working on building friendships and relationships and working on, stamping out crime. Major Patterson, if you would, just some of your thoughts on over the years as far as working with National Night Out here in the city of Suffolk, and what does it mean to you and your fellow officers when you get out there and you're mixing and mingling with everybody, everybody's having a good time, enjoying good food. What does it mean to y'all?
Well, it means a lot to us for the fact that, unfortunately, throughout the year, most of the time when somebody calls us, it's not for something good. And we get there and we have to do our job. We have to administer the law and take the actions you have to take. Sometimes don't make people happy, but then at times when we have something like National Night Out, we can all come out. We're on even playing ground. It's for something good. We communicate. We talk about what's going on, and just try to build a better friendship or build a better partnership between the department and the communities we serve.
And certainly one of the good things about National Night Out, it helps put kind of faces and names together so that you know the folks that you're dealing with. And that's not only with police, but also with fire and rescue. Because again, it's all our public safety partners that are out there in these communities and working together to, again, make Suffolk a great place to be. Now, Opal, again, you're with Chuckatuck in Oakland and have had a great event there at the Chuckatuck Volunteer Fire Department for a number of years. Talk about what your National Night Out experiences have been like.
Well, Tim, this will be our 5th year at participating in National Night Out, and it is an awesome opportunity to partner with the city officials and our neighbors to come together and just have a great time. I call it our family reunion. And this year, it's not only, of course, just Chuckatuck. It's different areas such as Sandy Bottoms and even Smithfield. So this year, in keeping with the theme, happy to be crime and drug-free, we're planning some excellent opportunities for the kids to get involved this year, and some things that you haven't seen over the years, so I can't wait to see how excited everyone's going to be this year.
We're looking forward to coming out there and experiencing that, and again, what we do with the National Night Out Committee and with all the groups is, we band together and we spread out across the city, so all the different parties and events and things that are going on, that we can go by and kind of see it, and again, make those friendships, make those partnerships. But also one thing is certainly, we have a competition, a friendly competition, if you will, among our individual communities and also the ones that do the collective ones, which like yourself, again, the bigger events type thing. But again, it's a way to kind of sit there, go out there, and not necessarily, it's, again, a healthy competition, we'll call it like that, but it's tough to judge because everybody's having such a good time and all the great events. But if someone is maybe planning their first event, or maybe they want to kind of spruce up theirs. We don't want to give away all your secrets now, but some suggestions you might have for communities that are looking to get together and have a big, extravagant National Night Out event. Tips.
Yes, my first tip would be to just start where you are. Some people think it has to be like someone else's. It could just be something in your neighborhood. But one thing I do emphasize a lot is to make sure it is for the community. And make sure that it's for everyone in your community so that everyone will come and participate and have a great time. We give away free school supplies, health screenings. We have activities for the children, bounce houses and clowns, and whatever it is that your community likes. And it always helps to have a great relationship with your neighbors. That way you pretty much know what they want.
What has been so successful with your organization and your event that obviously it has grown over the years?
It has.
And again, the couple years that I've had the pleasure of going out there again for that big final tour stop where everybody kind of rolls in together, and again the numbers seem to increase every year. How are y'all getting that done?
Well, Tim, this year we're expecting to have over 1,000 people.
Wow.
Yes, and I think it's participation with and getting ideas for those in the neighborhood. And once you involve people in the neighborhood, they're more prone to want to come and to participate.
Right.
And actually this year we've asked a lot of the youth what do they want.
Right.
And they've, children don't hold anything back. So they came and they told us some things they want, and we're going to implement those things this year. So again, I'm just very excited. I'm very excited.
Very good. Now, Major Patterson, certainly we talk about public safety partners with this event, but, any safety tips you might offer to communities that are having their events, this year, planning their events for National Night Out? Because, again, we want everybody to be safe and have a good time. Whether it's thinking about where you're going to have people park or how you're going to organize that event itself, just some things you might offer, some general tips to folks.
I would say you've always got to, I hate to say think worst case scenario, but you really got to think about parking.
Yeah.
You got to think about accessibility. You really think about, some of your neighbors may not participate in National Night Out, and in your music or your event may infringe upon the freedoms they have at their residence.
Sure.
And you may also want to think about weather. You never know when thunderstorms may creep up, and it may be unsafe to be out,
Right.
and things like that.
Right.
And I'm sure the fire department will have a lot to say about gas grills
Sure.
and tents and things like that. So I'll leave that to the fire department.
Okay, well, leave it to the experts in that venue. And certainly one of the things about National Night Out is the fact that everybody comes out, has a good time. We always see a lot of smiles, a lot of good fun happening here in our city. And again, we've been lucky with the weather. Now, we've had a couple little rain over the years, but nothing to where National Night Out's been a complete washout. And again, we target one night, rain or shine, so to speak. But, again, Tuesday, August the 5th. It's always the first Tuesday in August, and we always like to say it's always going to be the hottest day of the year because it always notoriously turns out to be quite warm that evening. But again, it's always in the nature of having good fun, making those partnerships and getting those friendships together. But if someone is thinking, I want to get my community signed up, or I want to participate this year or whatever, just words of encouragement from the two of you to get them to do that. Because again, it's not just about building those partnerships with our public safety folks, but it's also about building the partnerships within your own community. And I think that's one of the things where you talk about, like, Opal, with your organization, where you've been able to branch out and bring those neighboring communities on board.
Absolutely.
And make that event. You talked about possibly 1,000 people being out there this year.
Absolutely.
They got to come from somewhere, and they're
Yes.
coming from your communities, bringing people together. Just advice and things if they're looking to do that. Encouragement to them about, maybe you want to take that step. Maybe you want to make that extra plan. Make a phone call. Make some other
Exactly.
friends and partnerships to make your event a little bit better and bigger.
Exactly. Well, I've learned that there are many people who want to start a National Night Out, but they're just not afraid. They're afraid to take on the adventure.
Right.
But I tell them it starts with one person. So make you some flyers, go to some friends, and have a friend tell another friend.
Right.
You can start it with Facebook. We have a Facebook page for National Night Out, also with the theme. And, you can always get the word out that way. But don't be afraid and to think outside the box and just, again, involve other people in your community, and you'll be amazed how quickly and how smoothly things will go.
Indeed. Major Patterson?
I would have to echo what Opal says. It's better to start small than to not start at all.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, you've got to start somewhere. And none of these events, like Chuck Tuck, 1,000 people this year, it didn't start with 1,000 people. So it's going to start, with they use grassroots campaign to get out there and beat the bushes and get the neighbors out and just, make it flower. That's all you can do is just try it every year, make it bigger each year.
And again, one thing I would note to the folks watching this program is that you also can visit the City of Suffolk's Facebook page. We have one for National Night Out, and we also have a National Night Out website, and we'll have those addresses on the screen. But again, a good way to visit. You get some tips, you get some little extra things built in right there. Plus, you get to find out, again, what everybody's doing across the city, because we do put in there where all the different groups and the events are happening. So if you're not sure, is my neighborhood, is somebody near me having a National Night Out event? Chances are they are, given the fact that how this event has grown across the City of Suffolk. And, you know, we've been lucky enough and blessed enough to be able to finish in the top 5 for a number of years, had 2 first-place finishes, but that's as a city. So, you know, that's something that everybody in this entire wide expanse of the city of Suffolk are coming together, and it's putting us on the map. And we definitely are on the map nationally for National Night Out, but it's because of Chuckatuck Oakland Civic League and other organizations that are doing their part, and the fact that certainly, you know, the city of Suffolk is getting out there and doing the best we can to encourage these great events and National Night Out to become really what it has.
Absolutely.
And one other thing I would note in association with National Night Out, you know, if you're thinking, well, look, I'd like a good way to kind of get myself in the National Night Out spirit. We have a duck race coming up.
Yes.
And that's going to be at a TGIF concert on Friday, July the 18th at Constance Wharf Park and Marina. And just by chance, you know, we didn't luck out so much with the 4th of July fireworks, but we're going to move those to Friday, July the 18th, so you get the duck race and you get the fireworks. And Major Patterson, if someone doesn't know what a duck race is, I'm going to let you explain what it is. You're grinning, so again, there's a good story behind this. But tell us a little bit about duck race.
Well, the duck race is rubber ducks that are dumped into the Nansemond River right outside of Constance Wharf, and we try as best we can to get little duckies to swim down the road or down the water, and they have numbers, and whoever crosses, I think it's the first, second, and third place ducks
Right.
win prizes of National Night Out goods.
That's right.
And it's a fun event. People could laugh at it. It's a nice little break with the music. And this year with the added fireworks, even better.
That's right, indeed. And of course, you know, with National Night Out, you'll see banners much like this one here at different events throughout the city. Look for T-shirts, look for things. But again, it's not just about having the National Night Out gear, but it's really just about having a National Night Out event. And again, if you'd like to get involved or would like more information, please contact Diana Klink. She's with our Media and Community Relations Office. She can be reached at 514-4104. And again, we'll have that number on the screen as well. Again, you know, there is a deadline for registering your community, so you want to make sure you get in before that. But really, again, if you need to report in or let us know what's going on, that's a good way to do it and a good way to get some additional information about National Night Out. So again, Tuesday, August the 5th is the date, the night really. We'll have the kickoff event at the Pavilion behind the Visitor Center here in downtown Suffolk. But from there, city officials, we're going to branch out across the city of Suffolk to again tour the events, see what's going on. Again, those who are participating in the judging will get judged, and we'll have great people participating with that, because again, we have volunteers for that. And everything the city's doing, of course, you know, we're not getting paid to do this. We're doing this because we want to get out there and make our city of Suffolk, make our communities the best they can be. And certainly by doing that, the judging is part of that, so we can determine, you know, who was kind of the best of the best. And again, it's a friendly competition.
I remember that.
You remember that when you used to. Now it's getting serious business, right? That's right.
Yes.
And of course, you know, when the judges or the folks roll up at your particular event, you know, again, we're timing all that, and based on the communication that events and communities, I should say, have had with Diana Klink to make sure that everybody's on the list. We know when people are showing up. But again, we have a number of tours, probably 6 or 7 fanning out, trying to reach, you know, I forget, how many events did we were up to last year? Was it in the 40s or 50s? It was close to it.
It was mid-40s at least.
Yeah. So again, you know, when you look at, well, where's something near me, check out the website, and again, chances are you're going to find an event happening somewhere near you, and certainly some way to get involved. So before we leave the program, I just want to give both of you an opportunity to talk, again, one more word of encouragement as far as getting people involved, whether it's having your own National Night Out event, or simply going to a National Night Out event to take part, meet your neighbors, you know, again, work with the public safety officials that are going to be out and about that particular evening. Opal, I'll let you lead it off on that.
I would just like to say in closing that National Night Out is a great opportunity to get out and to be with your neighbors. A lot of time I tell my children, you see your friends only at school. You don't see them much at church. You don't see them much in your neighborhood. But National Night Out is an opportunity for everyone to get together and just have a great time and to show their support, not only for their neighborhood, but for the city as well.
Indeed. Major?
Likewise, I mean, you've got to start. And if it's nothing else, getting 1 or 2 neighbors together and having a cookout, it's a start. And you just move up from there. And encouragement is the main thing. So.
Okay. Well, Opal and Major Patterson, thank you both for joining us to talk about National Night Out. And we're going to have more On the Scene when we return. Welcome back to On the Scene. We spent the first part of today's program talking about what National Night Out is all about. Now we're going to get a chance to show you what National Night Out is all about. In 2013, the city of Suffolk finished 4th in our population category in the nation for our National Night Out celebration. Here's a look back at all the fun that everyone had in 2013.
special occasion for us as we celebrate the 30th anniversary of National Night Out being a part of this country's history.
Part of what's going on in our lives throughout the country today is the fact that we've become more individual instead of being a community. And I think tonight is so representative of what we need to be.
I think it's a great opportunity when we get together, come together to talk about crime and being a team, taking a team approach to crime in our community. So I've been very impressed by tonight. Saw a lot of people, met a lot of new people tonight.
We've gone away from where people know each other with the internet and sitting in front of the computer all the time. And events like this are things that can bring us all together again and get to know your neighbor.
The police department here and the fire department, and I think it's a wonderful thing for being together.
National Night Out!
The city of Suffolk, Virginia sure knows how to jump on it when it comes to National Night Out and saying no to crime. The 2013 version of National Night Out in Suffolk demonstrated how our community comes together for family, fun, and fellowship. National Night Out is certainly not a one-night-a-year event in Suffolk. It's the culmination of a year's worth of planning and lead-up events that build spirit and illustrate how Suffolk is truly a National Night Out city. Suffolk's Project 365 theme for this year is preparing our youth for the future. That theme was carried out through all of the pre-National Night Out events to send the message to our youth that we're invested in your success. As for the big night, from small neighborhood gatherings to huge multi-community events, no matter the size, everyone was jumping on board the Jump On It Express. As we know in Suffolk, it's not just about winning, but that you were part of the party. A party that says we want safe communities through a partnership with public safety personnel. Carrying on our tradition of being a national award-winning National Night Out city, the Suffolk community pours its heart and soul into this event with the desire to bring about a truly citywide effort to bring everyone together. National Night Out in Suffolk, Virginia. We know how to get with it and jump on it. And again, we encourage you to check out the National Night Out Facebook page and the National Night Out website if you'd like to get more information about what's going to be happening in 2014. Well, that would do it for this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. We'll see you next time.